This is Agriculture Today, and I'm Shelley Varner with the K-State Radio Network. Kicking off today's show is K-State's Sarah Lancaster and Logan Simon as they preview the Great Plains Cotton Conference taking place toward the end of February. Director of the From the Land of Kansas program, Sammy Gleason, continues the show with information about local food producer workshops and how the From the Land of Kansas program supports producers. Mike Brouk, K-State dairy specialist, ends today's show by discussing the university's efforts to secure funding to rebuild its dairy research and training unit, which has been in operation since 1977. That and more is coming up ahead on Agriculture Today. You're tuned in to Agriculture Today, and we start our Tuesday show discussing the upcoming Great Plains Cotton Conference. And then to talk about it, we're joined by K-State weed specialist Sarah Lancaster and K-State Southwest area agronomist Logan Simon. Sarah, Logan, thank you both so much for taking the time to join us today.
It's always a pleasure, Shelby.
Yes, thank you.
Sarah, talking about the Great Plains Cotton Conference on February 20th and getting kicked off that morning at 7:30.
Yeah, so the Great Plains Cotton Conference should be a great event, a full day for sure. And, any cotton producers are invited. It's well attended by industry reps, and it's just a great opportunity to learn more about the day.
And there are a ton of different people coming in to this cotton conference. And Sarah, could you share with us what those first couple of presentations are for the day?
You bet. So the first presentation on deck is going to be Shelley Heinrich and Gary Feist. Those are a couple of great folks to get to know if you're in or interested in the cotton industry in Kansas. Shelley Heinrich is the contact to the Cotton Board and Cotton Incorporated and all of those types of things kind of at the national level. So she's a great representative there. And then Gary Feist leads the Kansas Cotton Association. And so, I just need to put a plug in here that we're thankful for Gary and his work with the Kansas State Support Committee, which selects some products for funding through Cotton Incorporated. So great partners for the cotton industry in Kansas, those two.
And after that, some work with soil moisture monitoring sensors is the next presentation?
Yeah, so Craig Bednarz is from West Texas A&M University, and he's going to share some work about irrigating cotton. I know, Logan, that's really important in your part of the world, right?
It most certainly is.
Logan, you yourself follow Craig with your own presentation here at the Cotton Conference.
Yes, that's correct. My presentation is titled A New Perspective on Agronomic Research and Outreach for Cotton. I am a longtime individual here within Kansas State University, but I'm starting a new role as a Southwest area agronomist based out of Garden City, the Southwest Research Extension Center. And so in my presentation, I'm kind of looking to share some of my goals and plans as we look to expand cotton research and extension for our growers in southern Kansas. I'm going to be talking about some new projects that we might be getting started here in collaboration with the Extension Cotton Specialist Working Group across the Cotton Belt. So getting Kansas representation in that Cotton Belt group, as well as some other potential projects that I think will be really influential for our Kansas growers, including a big area that I'm interested in, which is expansion of cotton variety testing at K-State, as well as adding Kansas to the list of sites for the National Cotton Variety Trial.
Sounds like some interesting information that people can come learn more about on February 20th. And following you, Logan, we have Dorivar Ruiz-Diaz, and what's he presenting on?
Yes, so Dorivar Ruiz-Diaz, our state extension soil fertility specialist, is going to be sharing some really timely information on nutrient recommendations for cotton and the work that he's been doing on trying to enhance our recommendations with K-State.
And we're not even through all the presentations that are happening before lunch. And so can we talk through those last couple of presentations that will be taking place before the provided lunch?
Yes, so our last two presenters before lunch include Taz Smith from the National Cotton Council, who's going to be giving an update on policy for cotton, as well as some information about the Cotton Trust Protocol. Following Taz will be Jim Waldrop and Jeannie Fowler from USDA talking about the ins and outs of the Cotton Classing Office.
After lunch at noon then, Sarah, getting a little bit closer to your presentation. However, Rex has something to say before you.
Yeah, so, Rex Friesen is an amazing resource for cotton in Kansas. He's trained as an internist, spent a lot of time in California where it's warm and they grow lots of crazy crops, including cotton. But Rex will have a very practical presentation, I'm sure, on what to look for in terms of scouting for insects and managing insects in cotton in Kansas.
Sarah, following him then is yourself, and of course, you're talking about weeds.
Yeah, so, that's kind of what makes me tick in the work world is weeds. And so we're going to talk a little bit about some resistance management updates for folks, talk about a few label updates, and then I have a graduate student who's been working on a project trying to investigate how we can maybe utilize harvest aid applications in cotton to try to suppress seed production in Palmer amaranth. So Wade's going to come along and talk about some of his results from the first year of his studies.
And kind of on the topic of data, the presentation after you also involves data.
Yeah, so it's Ed Barnes with Cotton Incorporated. So, Ed's one of our contacts for projects that get funded through Cotton Incorporated. And so I'm sure he will have a great talk about just using that research data on the farm and kind of what it means and to translate that to practical dollars and cents at the farm gate.
And Logan, what are those last two presentations for that afternoon before the panel discussion?
Yes, so our last two before our panel discussion include Lou Barbera talking about cotton global market outlooks, as well as a revisit from Shelley Heinrich of the Cotton Board, giving an update on kind of their operations there at the Cotton Board.
And the last thing to really round out the day, and I think it's pretty interesting, a lot of different perspectives, and something you're involved with, Sarah, is a discussion on See and Spray technologies.
Yeah, so we've done a few of these panels here over the fall and winter, Shelby, and I'm excited to talk with this particular panel or to be part of this particular panel on See and Spray or just, in general, targeted herbicide applications. So we are going to have one of the technology specialists from Prairie Land Partners in on the panel. So Bergie has done lots of demonstrations and spent lots of time in the cab of these new See and Spray machines. And so he has a lot of insights and experiences from the dealer perspective. And then we also have a farmer there from the Pratt area, a cotton farmer who did demo one of these machines last year. So Danny's going to come in and talk about his thoughts from a farmer perspective. And I'll say, Shelby, we enjoy when we do these panels, we really enjoy getting input from the audience and questions from the audience. So you see there's a good chunk of time allotted for this panel. And I think it'll be a great discussion just on kind of where weed control is going for the future. So looking forward to it.
And is this 5th annual cotton conference for producers who are already growing cotton, or is it also for those who may be thinking about it?
I think, Shelby, there'll be something for everybody there. There's lots of opportunities during the breaks. And even, one thing that we haven't quite talked about yet is the social the night before that's going to be there in prep for anybody who comes to the conference early. But those opportunities, Shelby, are ways that folks can kind of brainstorm ideas for their operation and really get, targeted answers to questions. Some of the speakers will probably be at that reception and there throughout the breaks. So lots of opportunities to talk to folks from all aspects of the industry, from farmers to company reps to extension folks. So lots of perspectives and lots of opportunities to kind of get targeted questions answered in addition to all the presentations.
Where is that reception happening the night before, and where's the conference happening that day?
So the conference is going to be held there in Pratt at the Pratt County 4-H building at 81 Lake Road in Pratt. But the social the night before, is going to be held at a local restaurant in town, Club De, where everybody will be able to network together.
For people then who want to go to the reception that's starting at 5:30, is there a place that maybe they could stay overnight?
There is a block of rooms available at the Baymont Hotel there in Pratt.
What does registration look like for people who would like to attend this cotton conference?
There is no registration required. There's no fee. It is come as you are, and bring your neighbor, bring a friend.
Absolutely. Sarah, Logan, I appreciate you both taking the time to join me today and share with us some information about this upcoming Great Plains Cotton Conference.
Thanks, Shelby. Hope to see everyone there.
Thank you.
That was Kansas State University Southwest Area agronomist Logan Simon, and he was joined by K-State wheat specialist Sarah Lancaster, and they were talking about the 5th annual Great Plains Cotton Conference, which is happening February 20th in Pratt, Kansas, at the Pratt County 4-H building, which you can find at 81 Lake Road in Pratt, Kansas. This cotton conference gets kicked off at 7:30 with registration, and the Welcome to the Great Plains Cotton Conference happens at 8:15. Lunch is provided at noon, and the conference will wrap up around 5:15. If you'd like to find more information about the Great Plains Cotton Conference, there are a couple of ways you can do it. You can email Gaylon Morgan at gmorgan@cottoninc.com. Again, that is gmorgan@cottoninc.com. Or you can give him a call at 919-259-4137. Again, that is 919-259-4137. Or you can contact Shelley Heinrich at sheinrich@cottonboard.org. Again, that is sheinrich@cottonboard.org, or give a call at 806-670-3250. Again, that is 806-670-3250. I will link all of this in today's show notes on agtoday.net if you'd like to reach out to him that way. Registration is not required for this event, and it is free to attend. Once again, that is the 5th Annual Great Plains Cotton Conference, taking place February 20th in Pratt, Kansas. We're cutting to a short break now on Agriculture Today, but we'll be back with more ahead. You're tuned in to Agriculture Today, and we continue our Tuesday show discussing local food producer workshops. And to talk about them, we're joined by Director of the From the Land of Kansas program at the Kansas Department of Agriculture, Sammy Gleason. Sammy, thanks for joining us today.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Sammy, talking about the local food producer workshops, but first wanting to mention that they used to go by a different name.
Yes. They used to be farmers market and direct-to-consumer workshops. We decided to shorten the name a little bit, and then also wanted to have it more broad because we know that farmers have farm stands and sell at their place and not always farmers markets. But it does relate to farmers markets and direct-to-consumers too.
As you guys have worked to put on these workshops for many years, what's their purpose?
So the purpose of these workshops, so first of all, farmers markets and direct-to-consumers are an important source of fruits and vegetables, meat, dairies, value-added agriculture products from small towns to large cities. And then the Kansas Department of Ag, we are the central registration for farmers markets. So we want to provide that information to them to help them with their farmers market stands, give them the opportunities to connect with other producers, learn how to sell high quality, how to have safe and healthy food to benefit their local communities. So these workshops will help them with that.
And bringing in experts on these different matters to help answer those questions?
Yes, we will have experts from food safety, SNAP program, SNAP EBT market. So K-State Research and Extension we'll have a keynote speaker about marketing tips and budgeting and just how to scale up your business as well.
These workshops are taking place at 4 different locations. And Sammy, can you tell us what those dates and times and locations are for these upcoming workshops?
Yeah. So the first one is Friday, February 9th, and that will be in Olathe, Kansas, starting at 9 a.m. and ending at 3 o'clock. And then following that is Saturday, February 10th in Hutchinson. And that one will start at 9 and end at 4 o'clock. That one's our longest one. And then we will have one Friday, February 23rd in Parsons, Kansas. And that is from 9 to 3 as well. And then the last one will be Friday, March 1st in Hayes from 9 to 3.
As they're happening in different locations across the state, is the agenda the same for each workshop?
No, the agenda will be a little bit different depending on where you're at. We have different speakers coming for different ones. And you'll just have to look online to see what the agenda is for your workshop that you're attending, and depending on the time frame too.
How much does registration cost for these workshops?
The registration fee now, and we had an early fee, but now it's currently $25 to register. And then if you want to join online, it's $5 for a virtual registration. And then that includes a free KDA's Weights and Measures program will offer a free scale certification for everybody who attends the workshops.
Since the last 2 workshops are a little bit farther out, is the pre-registration still available for them, being $20 until a week before, where they jump up to $25?
That's correct, yes.
And if people want to get registered for these workshops, where can they do that?
Yeah, so you can register on our FromTheLandOfKansas.com page and click on Farmers Market workshops at the top. And then you can also register on the local food producers workshop page as well, and K-State Research and Extension.
Who do you encourage take the time to attend the local food producer workshops?
Yeah, we encourage all of our farmers market managers, if you have a farm stand, if you're thinking about starting a small farm stand or even just a small business, we encourage you to come learn about the safety of food and how to scale up your business.
And this is not the only thing the Kansas Department of Agriculture does around supporting local food producers or local producers. And another way they do that, which happens year-round, is From the Land of Kansas, which you are the director of, Sammy. And could you tell us a bit about what is From the Land of Kansas?
So From the Land of Kansas, it's the state's trademark program, and we are designed to promote all products grown, raised, and produced in Kansas. And it's free to be a member of our program. You just sign up on our website at FromTheLandOfKansas.com and click join. There are some regulations. Your products must be 100% grown, raised, or produced in Kansas. Also, we have restaurants. If you have a Kansas-based restaurant or if you have local ingredient in your restaurant, you can become a member as well. And then retail stores. If you carry 3 or more Kansas products in your retail store, you can be a member of our program for free. Also, we have a shop site. So we sell From the Land of Kansas products on our website, anywhere from jams and jellies and honeys. We also have our holiday gift boxes we sell there yearly during the holiday season. If you're looking for any Kansas product, you can go to FromTheLandOfKansas.com and we'll make sure that you find it. Beef jerky, popcorn, anything like that, it's perfect.
If people have questions about From the Land of Kansas, where could they maybe get those answered?
You can always, our FromTheLandOfKansas.com has several resources on it. And if you're not able to find the answer on our website, you can feel free to call us or email us. We get several emails just from our FromTheLandOfKansas.gov email address. We also, if you're looking for a particular farmer's market, we are the central registration for farmers markets. So you could go to our website and you can find farmers markets throughout the state. So you'll just click on our map and explore, and then all the little red dots throughout the state, you can find a farmer's market next door to you.
What are some benefits for people who might be interested in the From the Land of Kansas program?
Yeah, so we have several services. We have free services we provide when you sign up. You automatically have a web listing on our website with all your information about your business. That's free. And then also we have paid benefits, and they're really reasonable. We try to say like we're a marketing agency at an affordable price because we're not trying to profit. We are here to help market your business and to help scale up your business. So several of our benefits, we can help you with your social media. You can be social media member of the month. You can be on our website and we'll do all the work for you on our shop site. So a big one of our benefits is selling at the state fair. If you're interested in selling your products at the state fair, we go and sell them for you. We come and you meet us there. We set up your products. We work the booth for you and sell your products there. That's a big one. And then our holiday gift boxes, if you want to be in our holiday gift boxes, we sell those yearly and then we buy them from you, your product at wholesale. So it's an automatic sale for you. Let's say we want 500, we'll buy 500 of your honey from you, and then we will sell those gift boxes on our website. And we do a lot of advertising through those with the Kansas Magazine, radio, lots of advertising promoting those products. We also have design and consultation services that we can help you with. If you need help, a website audit, help designing a website, or if you just want to have a facelift of your website, we can help with that. And then also pop-up stores, where we will sell your products at a pop-up store for you is another benefit of ours. Oh, and barcodes. If you're looking to get into a grocery store, we provide, we can make UPC barcodes for you, and then we can help connect you with those grocery stores. That's a huge thing. Like, from the land of Kansas, we're here to connect you with the resources that you need and help market your business.
And as you're thinking about all these local food producer workshops taking place and the From the Land of Kansas program, Sammy, what makes you excited to work with producers?
I love working with our producers. I love seeing how they start. They have this vision. They're entrepreneurs, and they have these big visions to provide to our communities. And I just love watching them grow and work with each other. They are great with working with fellow members and businesses to help grow our Kansas economy. And it's really great to watch.
Sammy, I appreciate you taking the time to join us today and share with us some information about these upcoming local food producer workshops and also how From the Land of Kansas can help people.
Yeah, thank you.
That was Director of the From the Land of Kansas program at the Kansas Department of Agriculture, Sammy Gleason, and she was talking about the local food producer workshops and the From the Land of Kansas program. If you're interested in one of these workshops, the first one is taking place Friday, February 9th at K-State's Olathe campus from 9 to 3 p.m. The next one is that Saturday, February 10th from 9 to 4 at Hutchinson Community College. Then, towards the end of the month on Friday, February 23rd in Parsons at the Southeast Research Extension Center from 9 to 3 is the next one. And following that, the last one is taking place a week later, Friday, March 1st from 9 to 3 at the Hayes Agricultural Research Center. Registration for the first two is now $25. However, if you get registered for the one in Parsons and Hayes at least a week before, the registration is $20. However, after that, registration will also be $25. There is an option to be online, and the cost for that is only $5. If you'd like to find more information about these workshops or learn more about the From the Land of Kansas program at the Kansas Department of Agriculture, you can do so by going to agriculture.ks.gov. Again, that is agriculture.ks.gov, or by going to the From the Land of Kansas website, which you can find at fromthelandofkansas.com. Again, that is fromthelandofkansas.com. I will link these resources in today's show notes on agtoday.net. We're cutting to a short break now, but when we come back, we'll be joined by K-State dairy specialist Mike Brouk for this week's Milk Lines.
This is Agriculture Today. Along with Shelby Varner, I'm Jeff Wickman. We end today's program with this week's Milk Lines. Kansas State University is seeking state funding to rebuild its dairy research and training unit. The rebuilding plan replaces the 1977 unit with a modern and current industry standard facility that meets the need of the Kansas dairy industry, both large and small. K-State dairy specialist Mike Brouk says the project would increase the size of the milking parlor and freestall area, as well as provide space for more research, teaching, and offices.
Today I'd like to thank our Kansas dairy farmers and the Kansas dairy industry for their support of the rebuild of the K-State Dairy Research and Teaching Unit here in Manhattan. You know, about a dozen years ago or so, the Kansas Dairy Commission set aside dollars for the rebuild of the K-State Dairy. And in the ensuing years, they have added to that amount, and the Kansas Dairy Association has come alongside to try to help motivate the legislature to provide some funding for this during the legislative session this year, and we're greatly thankful for the support that the Kansas dairy industry has provided to this effort, and you as dairy farmers have been very important in that, so thank you very much. Just an update on what is being proposed. Our current facility was completed in 1977 and has served us well. The current herd consists of about 250 mature cows and about 295 replacement heifers. This herd is one of the most productive in the state of Kansas, with a rolling herd average of over 30,800 pounds of annual milk production on each of the animals in the herd. Nationally, this herd would also rank in one of the top university herds across the United States. This is a testament for the dedication of the faculty, staff, and the students involved with the management and care of these animals. It has been a difficult task to continue to operate in the current facilities, as many of the facilities are well past their useful life. In fact, a recent study that was conducted by the university graded many of these facilities either a D or F level, indicating that replacement is needed. So the proposal is to rebuild the milking parlor as well as the freestall area for housing mature cows as well as dry cows. This facility would include about 430 total stalls. Many of these stalls are associated with research efforts and would not necessarily have animals in them all the time, so it replaces and increases our capacity to do research as well as teaching here at Kansas State University. Current facility is utilized by the Animal Sciences Department as well as College of Veterinary Medicine and other departments across the university as well as USDA to conduct research with dairy animals. In the region, it's very important that we rebuild this facility, as many of our neighboring universities have lost their dairy research and teaching herds, and recent announcement from South Dakota indicates that that herd will be dispersed in June of this year. So again, a regional facility for education as well as research in the dairy area is needed. As we look at the possibility of this happening, it does come with a fairly significant cost. Cost study has been conducted this past fall, and the estimated cost to rebuild these facilities is about $40 million. As we look at kind of the stages to this, the first stage would be to build a heifer and calf facility so we can move those animals from their current location to that and then start on the new freestall and milking facility. This facility will also include offices as well as a teaching area for conducting smaller classes. This is Mike Brouk with K-State Research and Extension, thanking our dairy industry for their support of the possible rebuild of the K-State Dairy Research and Teaching Unit.
Thanks, Mike. And that'll do it for this edition of Agriculture Today. For Shelby Varner, I'm Jeff Wickman. This is the K-State Radio Network.